Hello, welcome back to the For Internal Use podcast. This is season 5, episode 6. Uh, I'm one of the hosts, FIU Captive. Below me is Kerplink underscore FIU. And our special guest, Kazzi Cool Homie. Sorry, what was the rest of it? I stopped at Cool Homie.
Let's see. According to my viewers, cool homie hentai MC, OG-san boomer, and there's
There you
probably
go.
more.
Kazzi Cool Homie MC Hentai San Boomer. Did I fuck that up?
Yeah, good
Kinda,
enough.
close
Good
enough.
enough. It's whatever the viewers say. I don't keep tabs on it.
Right.
Maybe.
So you are pretty new to the VTubing community, or well, not community itself, but as a content creator, you're one of the you're a bit newer. Okay, so why
Yeah,
don't you
yeah, yeah.
tell us a little bit about yourself? It's at the top of your head.
Oh, at the top of my head. Well, I mean, I'm pretty much just like any other like geek out there. I just really like video games. I watch anime and all that stuff. Um, but I never really thought about streaming to some extent. I thought about it a little bit, but I didn't think it was something I wanted to do. It wasn't until that when the pandemic started, there was the whole like VTuber boom, like everyone started getting
Mm,
into it, and it seemed like it was a lot of fun. But I still wasn't thinking about like streaming yet. Then I found out that there's plenty of other people becoming VTubers. And I was like, oh wait, maybe this is something I can do. And then I see my friends becoming VTubers, and like, oh, okay, I think I'll give it I'll give it a try. And it led to me making my own model by myself because I do like art too, so it
Oh
helped.
shit, you made your whole model by yourself, hey?
Yeah.
Uh,
Well,
for
someone
for
rigged it,
people
but
like me, sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you.
yeah, no, it's
Um,
okay.
for people like me who don't understand VTuber models, um, can you give a little bit of explanation of what that entailed, creating your own model? Not the rigging part, like you said, but
Right. Yeah. So this is my first one, so there are obviously some improvements I can do, but from what I know so far, there are a lot of layers. This was the most amount of layers I've ever worked with, like with art as a whole,
Mhm.
because um, you know, there's the obvious like line art, but you can't just like draw a picture and send it to someone and be like, "Hey, excuse me, can you rig this?" Because if they try to rig just a regular drawing and it's one single layer or something like that, everything's gonna look super stretched and it's not gonna look that great. So
That makes sense.
yeah,
So you
there's
send
a
every
lot to
single
do.
like bit as an individual asset kind of thing to the riggers,
Uh,
or
so on one, so I use Clip Studio Paint. Some
mm,
people use Photoshop, some people use Paint Tool SI, whatever. As long as it's compatible with Live 2D, which typically I think it uses .psd files. So
mhm.
um, yeah, it's just one file, but I have like all the parts of the model separated, and the more of the model you separate, the more natural everything moves. Like
Right.
even on my eyes, there's the upper lash, the side lash, the bottom lash. The pupils are separate. The eye whites are separate. The eyebrows and the eyelids, like it's all that is just they're all separated.
Right. You can get a lot
Uh,
more meticulous with everything when it's like that. Hey, so that's yeah.
yeah,
That's pretty cool, man.
is it? It
I
took me a while.
no, I bet. It's not a small feat to become a VTuber. Like people who even just have a debut, um, they're already fucking ahead of the game by millions of miles because of all the work you put in. Like it's crazy. Um,
Mhm.
pro- hats off to you. This is Kazi, everyone. Hey,
Hello,
welcome to
it's
Kazi.
me.
Okay, that was my clapping. Um, Plank, how you doing? You said you got a job interview
Yeah,
um, with undisclosed company or
undisclosed drink company.
Undisclosed.
good drink. It's yeah. I'm used to, being yelled at and stuff, and I've worked drinks like a couple times now, so I think I won't have a horrible time. Yeah, I think I'll be okay. It's just that before I was like really young, so now I think I'm not gonna be upset when people yell at me.
Yeah, yeah, I get that. I kind of like it now when people yell at me when I'm at work. I'll be honest with
Whoa,
you,
dude, we didn't need to know
because
that.
You like being yelled at?
no, well, well, I
Huh?
like it because I can be sassy to them. You know, it gives me a reason to kind of give it
Ah,
back to them. And I
Uh-huh.
work in live audio, as I always say. Um, and in live audio, I always have people tripping out of their fucking minds, coming up to me being like, "Yo, man, where's the bass? I can't feel the bass, man." I'm like, "Dude, you're listening to a folk song. Why do you want to hear bass? It's a fucking acoustic guitar and a vocal mic up there." So I just say to them like, "Hey, man, not my problem." It's like, "Well, I paid tickets for this." I'm like, "Do you want to pay for the system?" Like the speaker system that'll blow up if I fuck with it at all. That's being your own boss. BYOB is so fucking great because nobody can tell you not to be sassy with people. It's the best. It's my favorite shit. Anyway, sorry, I was going off on a tangent.
the private businesses that like stand up for their employees are the best, but the
Mm,
best is when you can stand up for yourself because
yeah,
you're
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah. You always have you'll get people coming in here like coming into your shop like, "Oh, I can make this drink better at home." I was like, "You can't. You can't though."
Then do it.
Like, this is the reason why you're here,
Yeah.
because if you could do it at home, you would do it at home.
True,
So
true.
that's that. You're a big fan of water, I see, Kazi.
An avid water
Yeah.
drinker.
Mm.
Uh,
Took a page
is this
right out of Abomination's book. See, in the biz, we call that a callback to the last podcast episode. You
Only
haven't known.
oh
Fiji
really?
water.
Only
Fiji.
Fiji water.
Only
DG.
Fiji.
What is the D
Yeah,
stands for? What is that, like an
I
acronym,
have
or is
no
it just
idea, but with
funny?
VTube Studio, they don't want to get copyright or anything, so they're using obviously fake names for their drink
Right,
assets.
right, 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 right.
Either that or they're
Gotcha.
just memeing. But yeah, I'm a
Uh,
big fan of water.
who isn't, man? It's been so hot where I am recently that my dog is in this room and he hates this room because there's no window to outside.
Oh,
But he has
Yeah,
no
so
other
he's just chilling
choice.
down here. He's just passed out. It's because the AC's going as well. A bit cooler in here. Um, that being said, what would you say is one of your biggest accomplishments, Kazi?
biggest accomplishment. I th- okay, so I think at a streaming level, I guess just getting affiliate already right now is so far my biggest
Mm,
accomplishment. But
right.
I think for me personally, it's just getting better at talking on stream because I'm honestly I'm much more introverted in person. I don't
Mm-hmm.
talk that much unless I like really get to know you. Then I get
Mm.
really talkative. But I'm starting to speak up a bit more, and I kind of like that.
Yeah, streaming definitely helps with that. A lot of it is really talking to yourself. Um,
Hmm.
I found, at least when through my streaming, I don't know, not career, but like endeavors. Um, a lot of it is just me playing a video game and like half losing my mind by making up little conversations to myself halfway through. It's fun,
Yeah,
man. It's really, and you hit affiliate pretty early on too, hey, because your
yeah, I
debut was like what, 3 or 4 streams before you hit affiliate.
yeah. It was kind of crazy.
Mm,
I have a lot of people to thank for that. They boosted the heck out of me. But
yeah, the VTubing community do go hard, man. And I've said this
they
in the
they,
past few podcasts, but they go hard.
they do.
True.
Like I wasn't expecting it to come that quick. So I was like, oh, I have some stuff I need to do then, like emotes and
Mm.
other stuff.
You can make your emotes. You can also hit up Fiverr like I did, and then get disappointed in the emotes that you bought because you got the lowest tier, and then pay somebody who you know is an artist to do your emotes for you.
Yeah, I'm just drawing them myself just because I
Yeah,
could use the practice. I'm always looking to improve art
yeah, of
because I was
course, of
discouraged
course.
from it for a while until like last year where I was like, you know what, I'm gonna draw more again.
Do
I'm
you
so jealous
have?
of people who can draw. Sorry, you go ahead, Kerplink.
Because I have a tablet and like I'm scared to touch it and I'm scared to like draw on stream because it always feels so intimidating, kind of. Because whenever I draw, I get super upset when things don't turn out the way I want them to. Do you have any advice? Like when I'm first
Uh,
starting and things don't turn out nice?
I think it's okay that when some things don't turn out nice because it just means that there's more room for improvement. And like I look at that as a good thing. It's like, okay, this didn't turn out so well, but why? And you look at why and you try to do better next time. And the roads, like, just that mindset might change something. It's okay to be like upset too. It's totally normal. But I wouldn't beat yourself too much about it because how I think about it is if you focus on like perfection too much, you're not and you don't want to like put anything out there if it's not like perfect to you. Yeah, you're not really gonna be putting much out there, in my opinion,
Yeah,
because if
yeah.
it doesn't look that great, just put it out there.
To add on
It's nice to see
to what you
progression.
said, I
Yeah.
I agree 100% with what you say because when I used to make music, and I used to have buddies that made music around me, they would also be perfectionists, and so um my mentality kind of grew to a point where it was you're always evolving, you're always getting better. So
Mm.
you should work on projects and get better as a whole rather than making one project the best thing you can make it. Because if that's the case, you won't get feedback, you won't get better, you won't see what works, see what doesn't work,
Hmm.
you know. Um, you'll just have one project and you don't know if it'll work or not because you're just holding yourself to different standards, and every time you're about to like release something, it's like, oh, but I can do this thing now, let's do that, you know. So
Yeah.
yeah,
And
just
also to
release
go
shit,
off
man.
on that, yeah, also to go off on that, this year I had an art class that I took because I'm missing a bunch of electives. uh, and at first I was really intimidated during the like art critique days because I thought everyone was gonna be like super harsh, but like everyone there was like they were pretty like professional in how they were critiquing my stuff. Like on days where I was like, yeah, this doesn't look so great, but I need to show this to people for grades. So because critiquing was part of the grading thing,
Mm.
and their advice helped a lot because the next time I showed them like because we would have like a work in progress showing and then the final showing, and when on the final critique day, they're like, oh yeah, hey, you took my advice. Yeah, that looks a lot better. So I think it's okay that when you draw like on stream or whatever, it's fine if it doesn't turn out the way you want.
Yeah, like Jake the dog says, the first step to being kind of good at something is to be really bad at it, or something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes
You
sense.
know, you can't get better unless you try.
I have the I have
Ooh.
the gifted child with an overly high reading level syndrome. That's why I think.
Mm.
Okay.
See, I was the type of kid to be pulled out of class because he couldn't understand patterns. So
I uh I was just super laid back. That was about it. I didn't try as hard, but yeah, I did the bare minimum. That's how I got by.
That was me when I got to university. Speaking of undisclosed drink company that I may work at, They, I applied to like so many locations, and I've been getting phone calls since like yesterday. So every time they would call me, I have to ask like, what location are you calling from? Because I applied to maybe like 30. I don't even
Oh,
know.
that's a lot.
I have to I have to transit 40 minutes every time I go to work if I actually choose to work at the place that called me now. So not that I'm not used to transiting everywhere for like an absurd
Mhm.
amount of time, but it just feels bad when Vancouver is so big compared to I'm from
Oh,
Hong
okay,
Kong.
okay,
So like compared
right.
to Hong Kong, this place is huge.
Is it? Is it? I've only been to Vancouver. I've never been outside of North America as a whole.
Yes, it's tiny. It's like if you looked at like a map of China, it's a piece of dust.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's small.
yeah.
I did not know that.
It's one city, right? But then like compared to
Right.
other big cities, it's still pretty small. And especially when I moved from big city Asia to
Hmm.
almost nothing North America, it's like things are so spread out.
Yeah.
It's just it's so thin, and like I find it hard to find anything anywhere
Yeah.
because
I feel.
yeah, when I was in Asia, everything was just at my doorstep. I could like walk 15 minutes out the door and I could be at a mall, you know. But then now that just doesn't work that way. Every time I want to go shopping, it's a
You gotta take the
40-minute,
sky trains.
yeah, it's a 40-minute trip just to get there. Oh, Capative is gone. What happened?
Yo, wait, is he alive?
I think
Oh,
he's alive. Whenever he, whenever it's summer and he has his AC pumping, his power tends to shit itself sometimes.
oh,
Yeah,
okay.
'cause the breaker.
That makes sense. Yeah.
This is
Not
the
that. Not
first
that out of
time we're
here yet.
meeting.
This is yes.
Yeah.
I don't think I honestly properly introduced myself though. Other than that, like maybe one night. But I'm Kazzi. I'm VTuber, obviously.
Vtubing Kazzi.
Yeah. You can blame Ryoko for why I'm here.
Oh.
Yeah, because I'm associated with Omo-chan, if you're familiar with her,
Oh, I don't know her.
and it's another VTuber, but
Ah.
Ryoko knows her in real life,
Mm.
and I came onto Ryoko's stream uh one time, mentioned I played Apex, and
That was
that
it.
all yeah, that's why I'm here now. It was a forced collab.
Ah.
I had no say.
Um, I I don't stream very often, but I'm trying to. The
Hmm,
reason I don't stream very often, I just have a really well, okay, it's not shitty. Okay, my computer is a champ
right.
because he gets
Okay.
through everything that I put him through. But but it's he's a Ryzen 3. So yeah, streaming Valorant and stuff like that really like, you know, really makes him chug a little bit.
Yeah,
Especially during the summer. It's not very good
I get
for
that.
the room temperature.
I get
Sorry, did
that.
you guys
Yeah.
stop the recording or are you still going?
No, we're still
We're still
going.
going.
Okay, cool.
I assumed like maybe it was because of your AC or something.
Yeah, it was the AC.
Yeah.
It was okay. Yeah, I was just told about that.
Yeah, it cuts out all the time. We only have one breaker for this room, or well, we do have two breakers, but one's for specifically all the audio gear. Everything else is for everything else, and the AC just trips it all the time. Anyway,
Feels bad,
what I
man.
miss?
Oh, I was just like properly introducing myself to Kerp here.
Oh,
Like
nice.
where, how I exactly how I ended up here.
Yeah, I honestly can't remember either.
Blame Ryoko. It was one
Yeah,
forced
it's
Apex
usually okay.
collab, and
Apex.
that's how I that's how I ended up here.
Oh, I want to draw a PNG for myself and do the PNG tuber thing.
Oh, you could, yeah. It's
Yeah.
it's definitely like not very performance heavy. You could definitely do that.
Yeah,
Mm.
I'm planning to do that. Do you know Momo?
And
Momoki?
it's I've met her very briefly,
Oh yeah,
very
well,
briefly.
I want to do something like her, but yeah.
Yeah, you could. It's that's what I was doing before I revealed how my model moved.
It just helps me sometimes that I don't have to show my face actually like on stream. It makes me talk a lot more freely. And I don't know, if
Yeah.
you watch like the other podcasts and then this one versus like when I showed my face versus now I'm a cat, I feel different at least.
Yeah. I I get really self-conscious if I'm being recorded.
Yeah.
So
me
I
too.
get you.
But I do want to make it more personal. The cat is very cute, and I wish I could be as cute as the cat, you know, but I want to be like a human person too.
Yeah. Or just be a cat person. Get the best of both worlds.
I can give myself cat ears. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
I can make myself look like the way I want to. So like I can dye my own hair. Like I can give myself green hair if I wanted. That's pretty cool. Bro, I have such a hard time trying to keep the conversation going. Usually
Yeah,
it's
I'm
cap
trying to.
keys.
Wait, is he gone again?
It's just loading, I think. I think it's just the
Oh.
connection right now. I don't
Oh,
know.
no.
I don't know how to stream properly sometimes either. Like I
I
feel
only
like
know. Mhm.
sometimes I feel like I'm talking too much, and then sometimes I feel like I'm not talking enough, and I don't know.
I think you're doing fine. And more better than me. I'm constantly trying to think of, okay, how do I keep the conversation going? Because this is I think this is actually my first podcast ever. I've never joined a podcast before, so I'm like, huh, what do I do? I'm only just now getting used to streaming video games and talking while I talking to the viewers while I eat, I guess. But
I think it
yeah,
helps, I guess, when you're a VTuber kind of thing, because there's other things to look at, even if you're not talking, if that makes sense.
I think
Is
so.
that
I
true?
think I can understand that. Maybe okay. So I think from a viewer point of view, um, even if a VTuber isn't talking, at least for me personally, I love looking at the model and seeing how, like, I love how like the art works or how the art looks or how the rig like moves. Because I'm like, especially since now I've made my first model, I'm constantly paying attention to like, oh god, okay, I can kind of see the layers there. I can trying to figure out how the model moves. It's
Mm.
quite interesting. So I at least I think that's what you mean. That's how I see it anyways.
Yeah, that
So
was what I meant. I mean, now that I know how it works and like what goes into it, that things are different layers and you have all these different assets, I think I can appreciate it a lot more.
yeah, it is really cool how it works.
Yeah.
So what do you guys usually talk about in these podcasts? Just basically anything?
Yeah, it's literally anything. I apologize for being out of commission for a majority of it.
It's good.
Just because fucking the heat here, man, it's been fucking up everything. It's crazy how hot it's gotten here.
It's global
Fucking-
warming, man. Fucking 33
Yeah.
degrees today.
Did you know that global warming is making the trees more horny?
Wait,
Did you know
what?
that?
Is
Yeah,
that
what
why
does
my
that mean?
allergies are worse?
Global warming makes the trees horny.
What the fuck?
Don't
Is
call me
that why I
Alan
was
Jones.
having?
It's 36
is that
degrees
why-
Celsius here, by the way.
Is that why
Sorry.
I was having allergies despite not going outside? Is that how strong they are now?
Yeah, that's what it is. Global warming just makes more food for the trees, which makes the trees more horny.
Oh, that makes sense.
So they
because
just
there's
fuck more, you know?
Yeah, because they have more
Oh.
things to eat.
Yeah,
I
I've said this
wonder
story
why-
before. I worked a show called Nerd Night. It's basically drunk TED Talks, where a bunch of people are up on stage, and
Yeah.
and they're drunk out of their minds, and they all are fucking like scientists with PhDs and fucking all work in universities and like all this shit and do like constant studies. And this one person goes up is like, yeah, the trees are horny, man. They just want to fuck. And I'm like, dude, no fucking way. That's so sick. No wonder I almost die every springtime. Because the fucking the pollen is just so potent,
Yeah,
man.
that makes sense, I guess.
It's
trees are
very
horny.
funny. It's very funny hearing you say that there are drunk scientists going to nerd nights, because all I hear, because I follow a lot of scientists and stuff on social media, just like from universities and stuff, all they say is that social media has been amazing, because usually no one wants to listen to them talk about shit, but when they're on social media, they can talk about anything they want and people reciprocate even. So they're very happy just to talk about things and have people just listen to them.
Isn't Neil deGrasse Tyson just super out of pocket all the time?
He says some dodgy things, yeah?
Why'd you go British for that?
I don't know, I couldn't think of any different
Quite
word.
dodgy, mate.
But
Dodgy.
I couldn't think of any other word, but it feels wrong saying that word not in a British accent.
Yeah, that's how I feel about reckon. I use reckon all the time now, but I say it in an American accent and just trying to like make it as American as possible.
Is it bussin' but British?
Bussin'. Reckon.
No, reckon's like I think kind of thing.
Ah.
It's like I reckon, yeah.
Oh,
I reckon. Yeah,
that
yeah, okay, okay.
word. I thought it was like
I was thinking of like physically.
Oh, like
wrecking
Wreck It
things.
Ralph.
yeah,
Wreck It
that was what I thought.
I'm gonna
it
wreck
was.
it. Yeah, all right.
I'm going to wreck it.
Oi, mate, I'm going to wreck it in it. Bloody wreck it, man. That's
it's
so
a fun
funny. I
accent.
fucking love. I love English accents, and oh my god, you do it in a British accent around a British person. They're just like, well, at least we don't have school shootings. I'm like, dude, what? Like, you didn't gotta do all that. Like,
I'm
no,
Canadian.
well, like, no, okay. So there's big beef between British people and American people. British people get made fun of their teeth and their accent, and
Yeah,
American people get made fun of for school shootings. So
Bro.
there's that.
I thought my family and like a lot of people that I hang out with make fun of like British food, because it's the same
Bangers and
thing.
ass?
Yeah, because
Bangers and
it's the
mash.
same thing over and over again. And when my family went to England to visit some of our relatives, they were really sad because they couldn't find any food that they liked. In
What
London,
even is British food? Like, I genuinely don't know. Like fish and chips, I get that.
fish and
but-
chips, but
You know what
with
banger and mash is?
variation.
Banger and ass, yeah.
No, no. Do you know what bangers and mash
Yeah.
is?
That's beans and mashed potatoes, right? Bangers and
sausages.
mash.
Bangers
Why
are
do they call them
sausages.
bangers?
It's like sausage.
Not some
It's like
bangers.
sausage. Apparently,
Oh, there's like
apparently.
gravy on it too. That looks disgusting.
I actually made
Actually,
it.
that
one
looks
time.
busted.
It's,
That looks
it's
busted.
pretty good. It's pretty good.
Why is it always served with peas?
Oh,
Just
English,
I don't know.
English
frozen
I don't
breakfast.
know.
peas.
That's
This is
a-
breakfast?
Like English breakfast food. Yeah, bangers and ass. That's a
Bangers and
Yeah.
Ass by
Yeah.
the Tiny Meat Gang.
Then I'll
Very
s-
good album. Bangers. Yeah, and then there's like beans on toast. Actually,
Beans on
that's kind of
toast,
busting if you do it right.
baked beans.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And some of the food is the same as what we eat here, but I think they just have different names. Like, I think what? I think for us it's called a grilled cheese, but for them I think they call it a toasty. I think.
That's a cute
Don't
name.
quote me on
Oh.
I'll give it
It is-
that.
Oh
pretty
yeah.
Oh, crumpets. That's one of their
Crumpets.
foods. With like the little holes in them.
There's holes
Yeah,
in
it's
crumpets.
basically a British
Yeah, it's just an English muffin.
pancake or
Oh,
muffin. Yeah.
oh,
Or-
oh! I see. Yeah, fucking, the Brits are unhinged, dude. They need to chill out.
I mean, Boris Johnson
think both
is
sides need to
a good
chill.
representation.
Yeah, the whole country needs to chill the fuck out. Can't believe this talking in your accents. Just talk normal, dude. I speak English, not British. It's a joke. If you guys didn't know.
for all
Um, That's
British
so funny.
the listeners,
fuck-
no offense.
I hate breakfast food. Breakfast food is the bane of my existence.
I don't understand why you hate it so much. Why do you not
It's
like
just
that?
it's just carbs and grease. You go to an all-American breakfast plate. Look that up on Google. Like all-American breakfast.
Yeah, it is
'Kay.
true.
And what is that? It's fucking eggs, pancakes covered in fucking sugar sauce, pork fat, and fucking potatoes.
Valid take, actually. Very valid take. I eat breakfast food only for
valid
lunch.
take.
I never legit have breakfast food for breakfast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do like pancakes, French toast, and waffles a lot, but I rarely have them. It's only when I feel like I kind of
Yeah.
feel like eating something sweet in the morning.
Well,
Not that
I
I
feel
eat breakfast anyways.
I feel like that's like a dessert though, like pancakes and French toast and stuff. I don't know.
Kind of.
I feel okay. I'm Italian. If you guys don't know, and Italians, they don't like go super sweet in a lot of their dishes. If anything, it's a little bit more bitter / savory. So I cannot fucking handle any sweet shit in my food a lot of the time. Like for regular meals, it just doesn't click for me culturally. But that being said, breakfast food in other cultures are fucking bussin', man.
They
Like,
are even.
if-
Oh no, you go first.
No. I had nothing else to say. I was really hoping someone
Oh.
else would take over.
Oh, I was gonna say I was gonna go back to British people. Even their breakfast food is way better than the American one because it's actually healthier.
Well, yeah,
Like,
it's
they
not
got-
just
they
like
got-
fucking pork
Got roasted
fat.
mushrooms and tomatoes. Let's see.
Yeah, the fucking
muffin,
roasted tomatoes. You can't look at
Yeah.
those things and tell me they don't look fucking
They,
amazing.
they look good.
Yeah.
They look so good.
I've made them myself. I can verify. Very easy to make. Very healthy for you. So
Mm. Also, hot take: poutine isn't that good.
I second that. I'm sorry, I do.
Like if I wanted to
it's
eat
'cause I'm a-
soggy fries, I would just leave my fries out. You
Yeah.
know, like I don't have to put gravy on it.
Maybe it's because I'm American, but I like poutine. I don't have it
Okay.
very often.
I mean,
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. I don't have good Southern American food. Not like Southern America, but like South America.
Oh, South America. Okay.
Yeah, like the continent. We don't have a lot of restaurants or even grocery stores up here. Like finding cheese for Mexican food. Forgot the name of it, but it's so fucking hard.
queso?
So hard to find. Sorry?
Queso?
No, not queso. Not
Queso?
queso. It's a different. It's like a block cheese, the white block cheese. You crumple it up to put it
Ah.
on your tacos. Fucking let me.
Shoot.
I it's gonna bother me if I don't look this up.
I know.
I think I
Mexican-
know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I know what you're
it's
talking
at the
about,
tip
but I
of my
don't-
tongue.
Yeah, I can't think of it either.
So
There's a really
I'm
good
gonna look this
Mexican
up.
place in. There's a good Mexican place that I know, but I haven't tried anything. I haven't had good authentic Thai food here. That's
Oh,
one
yeah.
thing that I'm looking for.
yeah, Thai food's hard to find. You need to go to like Sorry, I was probably gonna. It's not very inclusive to Kazzi to talk about this, but Mount Pleasant area. Why are you yelling?
I see him.
You gotta go to Mount Pleasant area. That's where you can find some good stuff.
Ah, okay.
Hmm.
I go there thrifting nowadays.
Yeah.
So that's convenient. I haven't
Could have been
found.
Canadian.
I want to try some of those like really good Lebanese places that I see on
mhm.
TikTok all the time because they're like it's cheap, they serve you fast, the food is bussin' respectfully, so should try that. They have vegetarian options. They have hella vegetarian options.
Cotija cheese. Sorry, I didn't. I found the
Oh
cheese
my
there.
God.
Found it.
Cotija.
Okay. I don't think I've ever tried that.
It's so fucking good, and I can't find it anywhere here besides Whole Foods. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but it was really bugging me. I was looking for it. Keep going.
I think they put that cheese on the shrimp tacos.
Oh, it's so fucking good, man. It's so good. Anyway.
I have a question.
Yeah, we
for
have
you.
some. Yeah, go ahead.
For the both of you. Do you like cilantro?
100%. I put that shit literally on everything.
I like cilantro.
Good.
I'm one of those people that's not genetically mortified by them.
Yeah, that makes it taste like soap or some shit.
Yeah,
Speaking
I
of
never
tasting
understood
soap, have you guys ever tried those soap bubblegum packets?
No,
soap flavored
that's
gum.
a thing.
Mhm.
I'm sorry,
It's so fucking good.
flavored bubblegum?
Yeah, that shit tastes good though.
What?
It tastes so good. Yeah.
I've
What's
never
it called?
heard of that.
Soap flavored gum. Yes, sir. Thrill. They're called Thrills. They're like purple little dudes. They taste like
Purple and-
they taste like. Can I buy them on Amazon right now? I totally can for $30. That sucks. For what, like a full box of them? Okay.
Oh, it's
well,
rose water flavored.
mm.
That makes
I
sense.
should bust respectfully. Anyway, it's about time in the podcast to talk about what we're nerding out about. So speaking of Nerd Night, I kind of stole this from them for the Drunken TED Talk night. They had a segment where they kind of just talked to each other about what they were nerding out about that week. So that literally could be whatever's the top of your mind, what you're most passionate about during the week, you talk about. I guess, for example, for me, what I'm nerding out about, I've been watching a lot of Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I fucking love that show. It's so funny, even though it is cop propaganda. And it's hilarious. Fucking Jake Peralta and Amy Santiago are my biggest ship. They're so fucking cute together. Andy Samberg's a great actor. Terry Crews is in it. The cast is stacked. The captain Raymond Holt's relationship with his husband is so fucking cute because they're just so stone faced the entire time.
Yeah, I love them. They're my favorite.
It's so funny. It's my favorite. My favorite part of the day is laying in my bed and watching 2 episodes of Brooklyn Nine-Nine before I go to sleep. It's it's gotten to that point. I'm gonna be really sad when I'm done rewatching the show for like a 3rd time.
It used to be my comfort show, if that makes sense. Like whenever I'm having like a hard day or something, I would go back to like one of my favorite episodes and just watch that or something. Speaking of it being cop propaganda though, I think they actually talked about it. Or like one of the I think the captain, the actor that plays the captain, he said that he hopes that the show will try to talk about or like kind of address those kinds of topics. And I think they've done it lightly before, but apparently that actor wants them to
It needs to be more
explore
just
it,
what's
yeah.
going on.
Yeah.
Can't glorify what they do. Like they even joke about putting people away and like all that shit. It's just weird. It's a weird, like some of the jokes are just out of pocket. Gina is my favorite character
Oh, jeez.
because I want to be Gina.
Chelsea
it's just-
Peretti is just Gina. She's playing
I
herself.
exactly. Have you
actually.
seen her stand up?
Her stand-ups are amazing.
It's fucking hilarious.
She's just so
She's so fu-
naturally funny, you know?
Yeah. So that's what I'm nerding out about. Anybody want to go next?
I can.
Okay. What are you nerding out about this week, Kerplink?
I recently started thrifting, like clothes and stuff, because I need new clothes for
Thrifting.
like a business casual, like buying secondhand, because I feel guilty buying like fast fashion and like because they use sweatshops, they're not environmentally friendly, their clothes are generally more low quality and they like don't last very long. That's why they're so cheap. So I'm trying to buy high quality secondhand clothes that last a long time, or just go more expensive and just
Mhm.
have stuff that lasts me a while and just take care of it well. Yeah. So I was looking up places and everything, and it's kind of fun just going around and like picking out clothes, sorting through them, kind of thing. But this shit takes effort. I went to 4 places last week. I bought 2 things, and I felt so lucky. Imagine that, like going to 5 stores and buying 2 things. It takes effort.
Yeah, as long as you don't sell whatever you buy on like an Etsy shop for like a 500% markup, like nobody really has a problem with it, because thrifting is a very good thing to do if you're not being predatory about it.
Very environmentally friendly. And
Mm-hmm.
why those markup things are asked, because they make thrift stores have to hike up their prices. Like
Yeah,
imagine
exactly.
like Salvation Army stores hiking up their prices to 20 something dollars a shirt. That's
Yeah.
that's really bad. So
That's why you just steal. Just steal shit. Why not? What are they gonna do? Throw you in prison?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, if you get caught.
Just don't
Yeah.
get caught.
Yeah, just don't get
Easy.
caught.
Just don't get caught. Easy. You're a cat. Don't you burgle things?
Oh right, yeah.
might be
I
thinking
am
of
good
raccoons.
at stealing things
You're thinking of raccoons.
with their little hands.
Yeah.
We have
Like a
someone on the
trash
and
burglars.
friends group of the FIU people, and she's obsessed with raccoons, dude. She made an entire Discord channel just to post
Raccoon memes.
raccoon memes daily.
They're pretty funny.
Daily raccoon. Yeah. And she hates when you put like the eggplant emoji reaction for the photo, so I've been doing that.
Wait, why specifically the eggplant emoji?
Okay, there's this one guy who's been a little a little bit weird about it. He whenever there's like a raccoon, I think there was like a photo of a raccoon in like a tutu or
Yeah.
something, and he put it on one of those.
Oh,
And then there's another photo is talking about like where was it? The raccoon was just in like a weird position, and he put it on there too, and then she got really stressed out about it. So I'm like, dude, no way. So the latest one was like, brother, may I have some trash, with like glowing eyes. So I put I put the eggplant emoji on that too. She got mad at me yesterday. She's like, yo, what the fuck?
I have that image in my head. I can already tell what it looks like. The
Yeah.
image.
Yeah, raccoons are fucking hilarious, man. So, what would you say you are nerding out about today, Kazzi?
I don't know if I'm nerding about anything in particular. I kind of go through like most days pretty samey. Not that that's that bad to me. I just like to relax most of the time, but I'm trying to think. There might be one thing.
It is a weird way to word it for us. It's like it's just whatever's piquing your interest the most. It's just a conversation starter. At the end
I guess
of
I'm
the day.
still on that streaming high because it's only been almost a week since I started officially streaming as a VTuber.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
I guess that's
You've
what
been,
I'm
you've been
nerding
moving
about.
pretty fast, man.
Yeah, it's just been fun in general, just talking with like chat, and yeah, it's just fun. That's all. Because I didn't think I'd be interacting with chat this much, and I didn't think there was gonna be like this many. Like, I get like an average maybe 7 to 9 people on normal days. Sometimes I get more, and I'm like, oh wow, I wasn't expecting anything more than like maybe 4 viewers maybe, but you know, a good amount of people, you know, come and lurk, and that's enough for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it's great. Yeah. So would you say your favorite part of it is the interaction with the viewers, or just kind of just having yourself out there? Some people stream for having like a video diary kind of thing. Some people do it just so some of their buddies can watch what they're doing while they're playing video games.
Yeah.
Or so Would you say
Um,
your thing is the chat itself?
I think it's the whole thing, honestly. But I think it's just interesting how, because usually before all this, whenever I streamed, it's usually just on Discord and my friends just
Mm.
watch, and we're just chilling. We're not like, it's not like super duper engaging like it is on Twitch, where I have to talk. Well, I choose to want to talk to chat,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a different experience for me, and again, it's helping me talk to people like a lot better. Than like, I'm less awkward about it than how I was initially.
Mm-hmm. It's also really easy. I think it's a nice step forward um if you're not like comfortable with face-to-face conversations a lot. Streaming is definitely a nice first step because you can just kind of take your time with the
Yeah,
conversations and everyone's waiting on you rather than um being a fast-paced just like face-to-face conversation. It's a lot easier just to
yeah,
go through the chat list and see what's going.
it's like a little bit on the spot, but not like totally on the spot.
Hmm.
So
Yeah,
I
like
like
it's on
that.
your time at the end of the day, right?
hmm Yeah.
That's pretty cool, man. I appreciate it. I do have another thing. Where did your name come from? The Kazzi
Oh,
CH.
okay. Okay, so this it actually does have a little bit of history. So are you guys familiar with the game Maple Story?
I know of it. I haven't played it.
I know of it
Okay,
as the same, and I'm ashamed that I
okay.
haven't because I feel like I should.
If I
It's
play the
okay.
game, I'm going to get hooked. So I
It's you were if you played back then, like before a certain update, you definitely would have gotten hooked. Cause
Mm.
so a little boomer talk here, boomer mode. I started playing Maple Story when I was okay. I think I was 9 when I was introduced to it, but I didn't start playing it until maybe, was I 10 or 11? I think I was 10. I'm gonna say I was 10, because I finally got like my own computer. Yeah, I learned how to use a computer. Um, and I had a friend whose name I actually still remember to this day. It doesn't mean anything in particular. But his oh shit, my model. Hold on. A second. Sometimes my model stops moving. Either that or is it oh, there we go. Okay. So his name was Razuko, and again, it doesn't mean anything in particular. And I was like super best friends with this guy. So when I made my character, I named my character Kazuko, and I ran with that for like a few years because this game was addicting. Okay, like back then there wasn't it was like there wasn't really any way for me personally to like, you know, uh, have like a online chat thing or anything like that because I didn't know anyone.
Mm.
But Maple Story was like the perfect place to like meet online friends. Basically, it's like, yeah, it's like budget sort of online. Without without the VR.
Right, right, right.
So I ran with that for a few years. So that's and I joined a guild that I stayed for pretty much my entire Maple Story lifespan, and everyone always referred to me as Kazzi, so Kaz. And it just stuck with me, I guess, because those were really, it was a really good time. Those were really good memories. Everyone was really nice, despite me. Like, everyone was like, 10, 11, 15, whatever. We were all kids. It was fun. It wasn't until like I think I was farming on some map. I was just grinding for materials that someone passed by me, and she was like, "Hey, Kazuko is a female name, right? In Japanese." I'm like, "Oh." So I didn't know it was feminine, nor did I even know that the name I thought I made up was Japanese. It was a Japanese name. So I switched to Kazuki at one point. And yeah, that's mostly it. For the most part, I've always referred to myself as Kaz. The extra ZI in that name is, I think it's supposedly just to differentiate myself a bit more, because Kaz is just a shortened name for like other Japanese names like Kazuki, Kazuhara, or Kazuha, or other Kaz names. So I want to differentiate myself a little bit. As for the CH, if you guys are familiar with HoloLive, a lot of the members tend to put CH in their usernames, which basically just stands for channel. So it's just a VTuber thing.
Or in your case, cool homie.
Yeah, in my case, apparently it's cool homie. So yeah, again, Kazzi cool homie hentai MCOG san boomer.
You should make a business card with that and flash it every time
boy.
on your stream.
We'll just flash it. Yeah, this is me. Here's my business card. They'd have to question what kind of business I do, though, with that kind of title.
Yeah, we don't tell you. You got to guess.
Yeah, out of context.
Oh my God.
Well, yeah, that's like the history of my name. It all stemmed from my childhood.
That's pretty cool. That's a long history. I think
it is.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome, man. Kerplink, do you have any questions for Kazzi?
No. I mean, I asked all the VTubing questions when you got disconnected.
Oh, yeah,
So-
when I got
yeah,
bonked
that's
by
right.
my internet.
Bonk.
That's fair. That's fair. Why don't you tell our viewers where they can find you then?
Oh,
Do you have like a link
can-
tree or anything?
Link tree? Nah, I don't.
Yeah. Okay.
I can just tell.
yeah.
It,
Yeah, just tell them.
you can find me at twitch.tv/Kazzi_CH or on Twitter with the same name. Or yeah. You can find me on Twitter with the same name. So
And those will be
That's about
linked
it.
down below. So just go ahead and check Kazzi out. You can also check out our Stop AAPI campaign for the For Internal Use Gang. The link will be down below. Please donate what you can. It's for a good cause. 100% of the proceeds go to the campaign. We don't see any of it. It just goes straight to it. So feel free to check that out. Thank you for watching. And sorry about the technical difficulties. Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
bye.